Hey, what's up everybody? Backyard Chicken Bro coming at you today. Want to touch on the subject of chicken coop cleaning and bedding for seasonal purposes. So, long story short, right at the transition point between winter into spring, it's a perfect opportunity to kind of go over two things at once. So I'm going to do a chicken coop cleaning today. I do one about every month to month and a half, depending on how much chicken waste is inside the coop. I do a weekly quick clean out of the laying boxes just to keep things kind of fresh and clean sanitarily for the egg standpoint, but do a full cleaning about every month to month and a half. So I basically set up my chicken coop internally so I can use a long handled hoe and a large broom to make the process expedited. Everything inside the coop will be removed. So you see the hanging feeder, the pedestal for the water, the mobile perch. So I pull all that out, basically drag everything out quick into 5-gallon buckets, take it over to the compost area, and then replace it with fresh bedding. All right, so 10 minutes have gone by. I just got done cleaning out the chicken coop. You can see it's completely clean and swept out on the inside. Didn't take very long at all. Also noticed that once upon a time, several years ago, I went ahead and cut out horse mats to lay on the flooring within my coop. The rubberized mat, they're like 15 bucks for I think a 4-foot by 3-foot mat. Make cleaning a coop or anything really easy, because nothing adheres to the floor. You don't have to worry about the wood weathering over time. Really nice option. I noticed on some other livestock pens that a couple of friends of mine had. So here's all the stuff from inside the coop. You can see the pedestal for the water. I prop it up just to keep it off the floor, so if they're scratching inside the coop, they're not kicking a bunch of crap in their water. Hanging feeder to keep material out of the feeder, and then the mobile perch. You can see it's called a droppings board. That piece of wood there actually sits underneath the perch, so that during the weekly cleanings I do, since they spend most of their time, if they're not in the laying boxes, they're on the perch, all the waste is consolidated. So I'm put everything back in. See you guys in a little bit. Okay, so everything's back in the chicken coop. You can see the perch back in with the laying or the droppings board. Water's back in, feeder's back in, big rooster's back in. Coop's still clean. Coop's still clean because I'm letting it air out right now and dry fully. When I do a full cleaning, I spray the coop down. There are several different types of brands of these, but basically they're an anti-mite spray. Completely safe for the birds. Some of them are actually even made so you can spray your chickens. Just keeps kind of pests out and away from the chicken coop. I'm also going to touch on, before in previous videos, the bedding selection for the winter that I use is always pine chips. Great winter bedding material. Keeps the coop dry, dries out the waste droppings very quickly, keeps the coop fresh. But it is a really bad spring and summer bedding because pine chips attract flies. Flies are extremely detrimental to chickens' health. So keeping the flies away, it's good to switch bedding. I go to straw typically through the spring and warm months. So I'm going to switch bedding types after I get the bedding laid in. We'll be right back. Got done putting all the new bedding in the coop. It's a day later. As you can tell, we're in different clothing, and it's a little bit sunnier outside. Rainstorm came in last night, luck would have it. So since I was switching it to straw, definitely don't want to get any moisture in the bedding before we put it in the coop. Want to keep it nice and dry. So if you're out buying straw or hay or whatever it may be from a bedding standpoint, you want to make sure that material is as dry as possible before you put it in the coop. That way nothing's decomposing in the coop and producing mold spores, because you can have respiratory issues with your birds if you got too many mold spores in their environment. So keeping it dry is definitely the key. You can see I put enough in there where you got at least 3 to 4 inches of bedding. Applying, again, the deep litter method, so if there is chicken waste as they move around the coop and scratch around, they will naturally cover and bury that waste so it's not on top, keeping things nice and dry. You can see the water is out of the bedding area, keeping the moisture again removed closer to the door. And I don't put bedding in all the way up to the door, because when you put in bedding for the first time with chickens, they will naturally get in there, scratch around, and spread it out themselves. So I keep it away from the door in an effort to try to keep as much in the coop as possible, not have them kicking stuff out and wasting material. So that's pretty much it. Go to straw or hay or something along those lines in the hot months. Stick with pine chips. I recommend during the cold months, and you'll be good to go. That's pretty much it. Everybody have a great day. Keep your chicken game strong. Check you out later.